The fifth season of Stranger Things begins by taking us back to November 12, 1983, the night Will Byers first went missing in Season 1. This time, however, we see exactly what happened to him inside the Upside Down. We find young Will hiding inside his fort, Castle Byers, singing his favorite song to try and stay brave. Outside, a spooky red fog rolls in, and suddenly a Demogorgon crashes through the entrance. Will runs into the dark woods and climbs a tree to get away. It looks like he might escape it, but the monster is too fast and climbs right after him. Will tries to jump to another branch, but he slips and falls, hitting the ground and passing out. The Demogorgon drags the unconscious Will into a version of the Hawkins library that is covered in gross, fleshy vines. That's when Vecna steps out of the shadows. We learn that Vecna actually found Will on that very first night and infected him while he was knocked out. Vecna lifts Will into the air with his tentacles and whispers that their journey is just beginning. This new twist changes everything we thought we knew, showing that Will's connection to the Upside Down wasn't an accident. It was a part of Vecna's plan all along. The story jumps ahead to November 1987, about a year after the scary events of Season 4. Hawkins is now a locked-down zone under military rule, where everyone is watched and forced to get regular checkups. The giant cracks in the ground have been covered with huge metal plates, but the army uses these plates to hide a secret door they use for their own missions. Inside town, the Byers family is staying with the Wheelers. The first sign of trouble comes from little Holly Wheeler. While setting the table for breakfast, she waves at a dark shape outside the window as if she knows who it is. Meanwhile, Robin and Steve works at the town's only radio station, the Squawk. Robin uses her radio show to send secret coded messages to their friends who are spread out across town. Her broadcasts explain that Hawkins is under quarantine and everyone is feeling nervous and trapped. Over at the high school, Dustin still proudly wears his Hellfire Club shirt, even though other students are mean to him because they still blame the club for the town's disasters. When a bully named Andy tries to rip Dustin's shirt, Lucas uses his status as a popular athlete to step in and stop it. Dustin refuses to hide who he is, saying that Eddie wouldn't want them to pretend nothing happened, but his sadness makes him feel more alone than ever. Deep in the woods, Eleven is secretly training with Hopper and Joyce. She practices her powers by destroying pumpkin targets in a timed obstacle course. Hopper is terrified of losing her, so he tries to keep her away from the action. He wants her to stay safe in a bathtub for mental training instead of actually going into the Upside Down. Eleven doesn't realize she has already passed the tests she needs to go on missions with Hopper. He's keeping her progress a secret because he's afraid she will rush into a fight before they understand Vecna's next move. Outside the guarded walls of the town, Murray is sneaking in supplies like radios, weapons, and tapes while pretending to be a delivery driver. He brings a scary warning to the team. The military is planning a massive burn mission. This is an operation where they use flamethrowers to force open the gate so soldiers can march into the Upside Down. We also learn a new code word, a crawl, which the friends use to describe secret missions into that dark world. Hopper has been secretly joining these military missions to spy on the Upside Down, trying his best to stay hidden. Even though no one has seen Vecna lately, Nancy and Will are sure he is still out there. Will can even feel echoes of Vecna in his mind. As the day goes on, Will's connection to the monster gets stronger. In the middle of the school hallway, he suddenly sees the sky spinning, but he's the only one who can see it. Mike notices and starts to worry that Vecna is getting closer. Meanwhile, little Holly is acting even weirder. At recess, she talks to an invisible person she calls Mr. Whatsit. Her teachers think she is just playing, but Holly says this friend is protecting her from monsters. Later, Mike picks her up and tries to make her feel better by giving her a special D&D toy called Holly the Heroic, a character who can open doors to other worlds. While this is happening, Hopper and Joyce argue about Eleven. Joyce thinks Eleven should be part of the plan, but Hopper is too scared of losing her to let her fight. As evening approaches, the group gets ready for their next mission. Dustin goes to visit Eddie's grave, but he finds it has been trashed by bullies again. This time, the red marks look like real blood. The bully Andy and his gang jump on Dustin and beat him up badly. The scene ends with Dustin on the ground while Lucas desperately calls him on the radio, and we don't know if Dustin is okay. At the same time, Robin and Vicky share a kiss, which Will accidentally sees. This makes Will feel very upset and confused, and he runs away. The whole group meets up at the radio station to prepare. Eleven tells Mike she hopes they can finally have a happy life if they beat Vecna, and Mike promises her they will. The military gets ready for their big mission to burn a path into the Upside Down. While trucks head toward the gate, Jonathan and Steve work in a van to track Hopper's signal via radio. Hopper sneaks into a hidden bunker in the woods and crawls through secret tunnels until he comes out inside an old empty radio shack. From there, he secretly jumps onto the back of a military supply truck. He hides as the truck passes through checkpoints and drives straight into the rift that leads to the Upside Down. As soon as they are inside, the gate seals shut, trapping Hopper in the Upside Down. At first, the radio signal seems fine, but then the trucks suddenly stop. Hopper tries to call for help on the radio saying something is wrong, but he is cut off. At that exact moment, Will collapses at the radio station. His neck tingles and he has a terrifying vision of what is happening to Hopper. Through Will's eyes, we see a Demogorgon attacking the soldiers with incredible speed. The whole convoy falls into chaos as the monster rips the driver out of the window. After the truck crashes, Hopper dives into the dark woods of the Upside Down to hide. Joyce helps Will as he shakes on the floor from his vision. When he finally wakes up, he gasps out a terrifying warning. The monster isn't just attacking the soldiers, it's headed straight for the Wheeler's house. Inside the Wheeler home, everything seems normal. Ted is practicing golf in the yard and Karen is relaxing listening songs, totally unaware of the danger. Upstairs, Holly is crying in her room when her ceiling begins to crack in the same creepy pattern seen in Season 4. But this isn't just a vision, the ceiling is physically splitting open as a portal to the Upside Down. Episode 1 ends with the arrival of Demogorgon.